Hi. I am doing videos up until I give birth because I want something for my daughter to look back on how I felt about her and how me and her dad coped with everything, and especially our age and stuff. Today's video is going to be the top 5 questions that people ask teen moms. There are many videos that I watched before I started my YouTube channel where a lot of these were common questions, and then I did Google the most top asked questions for teen moms by either parents or older people. I have my questions written down here, and let's go ahead and get started. What did your mom and dad say when they found out you were pregnant? I have a whole video on how my dad reacted, how my dad found out, how we told my dad. Yeah, my mom knew before my dad. So I mean, that's just how it was. But my dad was not happy, and I kind of explained in that video why he wasn't happy and everything that happened with my dad. And my parents are still together, so I mean, like, that didn't come between them or anything, the fact that my mom knew or anything. I'll just link that video down below if you want to know how my dad found out and his reaction. And my mom's reaction was very supportive. She wasn't happy about it. Like, she was supportive of me, but she wasn't supportive of, like, our age, I guess I should say, and the fact that we weren't married and everything. And but she was still of a great support system that I had behind me, so I'm pretty sure that's how I got through this pregnancy anyway. And my dad finally came to terms with it as well. So my mom took it better than my dad, and again in that video I explained kind of why my mom took it better than my dad. My mom was more supportive. She wasn't happy either, but she was more supportive than my dad was in the beginning. But then and now they're both very, very supportive and are very happy to have a new grandchild. The second question was, were you scared? I was scared when I found out I was pregnant, but I think I was more scared of people's reactions than actually having a baby, because I have been around my nieces and nephews for a long time, and I love babies. Whenever you get pregnant, that's your responsibility now to always take care of that kid. It's nobody else's responsibility. So there is a big difference between babysitting, obviously, and then having your own child, because your own child's your responsibility. I knew what I was doing, and I knew the consequences it could have. So me being pregnant was not very shocking to me. Even though we used protection, it still was not very shocking to me, just because I knew that it could happen. So I always talked myself into that every month, that I knew for a fact that I was sexually active. I told myself every month, well, you know what, if my period don't come, I did this to myself, and I'm going to suffer the consequences, because that's what you do. I know that there are some other options for pregnancy, and I'm not going to get into that. It's not for me, so I'm not even going to touch base to that. Question number 3 is, what made you keep the baby? This question does kind of irk me a little bit, because but then I kind of get it too, because teen parents, usually if you have a teen parent, it's harder to be financially stable at the time whenever you need to be financially stable for your baby. So keeping the baby was not a hard decision for me, because I wanted a baby anyway, because like I want kids in the future, and I've always felt like, oh well, if something happens and I don't want kids, I won't be able to have kids, like, if that makes sense. But I know that's not always the case. That's just how I feel like it is for me. Deciding to keep her was not hard at all. I mean, I was not financially in the right place. Like, I'm going to college. I'm still in college. I'm taking out student loans to pay off whenever I start work. But my husband is working right now too. So that helps us stay financially stable, to where even though affording a kid's very expensive, we can still afford to live and take care of her the way that we should be able to. Number 4 is, how did you first feel when you found out you were going to be a teen mom? It didn't bother me, quite frankly. I wasn't like sad or anything. A lot of people wouldn't be excited, but I just was, because like I said, I knew the consequences of what I was doing, and I was just saying, you know what, if this happens this month, I have to, because I was very, like, I had severe anxiety before I got pregnant. My anxiety after I got pregnant, like, it like healed it somehow. I don't know, like, I don't know if it healed it, but I've been so secure since I've been with my baby daddy and everything. Like, nothing feels out of place anymore. Everything feels like it's exactly where it should be. How did I first feel when I found out? I was kind of scared, because when I first found out, I was 2 months away from graduating high school. The thing that scared me about having a teen mom, with being a teen mom, was the fact that I was afraid that my baby would not make it past the gestational age, which is whenever they can be born and be fine in the NICU. Because I just feel like, I don't know, like, I feel like that would have took a bigger toll on me than anything, because like a baby was something that I knew I could take care of if I had to. It's not particularly that I wanted to at the time, but I knew I could take care of one if I had to, and I knew I could have one if it came down to it, and it came down to me having to have one. And I'm excited. I'm excited. Like, I'm excited for her to be here. She'll be here really soon, and I've been having contractions a lot lately, so I'm just like really nervous, but it's okay. Number 5, if you could, would you change anything? This is the last question, by the way. I would not change anything that has to do with my baby or me and my baby daddy's relationship. I know I used the wrong grammar there, but just everything has happened for a reason, I feel like, here. There are a bunch of reasons why I'm very satisfied with where I'm at in life and everything. Like, yeah, I know that there will still be some hardships and stuff, but mine and my husband's relationship was a little bit more rocky before we got secure with each other, if that makes sense, which is when we first started dating a while back. And it was more rocky in the beginning than it is now. After we've lived together and actually experienced stuff, we just know that we don't want to take each other for granted anymore. And like, our relationship is just really good. I'm not trying to like brag or anything, but we don't really fight. We do have like small arguments, like that's common. We don't fight though. We're just not a fighting couple. Like, we just talk, if that makes sense. I would not change anything, especially being pregnant. I would not change anything. I would not change anything. There's nothing that I regret besides dating a few people in the past, but sometimes you gotta say, well, there's a reason for that. Those are the top 5 questions that most people ask teen moms. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.